Hello, family. My voice is a bit rough because I've been lying, crying. I've been crying. I decided to make this video for you and me, and for everybody else who is going to watch this video. It might be my last video, it might be my first video. Finding myself confident to come out and speak. I am speaking about this world and the hereafter, the future of our planet and the future of our salvation as people, as human race. 3 years ago, my life was basically transformed by a spiritual opening, a spiritual breakthrough. I was picked up by Jesus Christ and he took me to the sun. And he is dressed in blue and he was ministering to the angels, a hall full of angels. This is me when I was a kid, when I was young, from 4. I used to see myself when I close my eyes standing inside a building. And in this building, these pillars are very, very tall and they are very big. And behind these pillars, I am standing at one of these pillars at the corner, at the right corner of this pillar. But at the left side of me, there is a row of people standing. For me, forever, these were people, human beings. I never knew. From 4, I used to see myself from when I was young, when I was born from my mom. My dad is Muslim and his name is Suleiman and he is a very pious Muslim. He is very straight. He do not like these things, these dreadlocks things. He is very basically, he do not like earrings, men wearing earrings or men putting on chains or stuff like that. He is a very strict, pious person, though he was a Muslim. He never told me about Jesus Christ. Despite the fact in front of where I was born, the compound where I was born, there is a big church, the biggest church ever around that neighborhood that was built there. And behind my compound, it is a mosque that's there. We used to go to the mosque and pray. I moved and then I traveled to UK and I got married to an English lady. And you know what? I have 2 children with my wife, boy and a girl. God bless me with that. And it was so straightforward and easy to get out of Gambia and get married, and passport visa thing, it was so straightforward and easy. It was just 2 days it took. It was very quick and all is going well. As I'm speaking to you guys, everything is going well with me, with my life. I'm just telling you. 3 years ago, I was praying to Allah as a Muslim, and I never know who God. Allah is not basically one that I have connected with so deeply into my spirit. Like, you can say you are a spiritual person when you command your spirit yourself, when you know there is something bit of a stronger than your physical yourself inside you that speaks, that keeps you away, that leads you, and you ask yourself, who is controlling that thing, right? So I was living as a normal human being, still, until 3 years ago. I was sent into the sun, inside the sun, the house of our Father, the one who lives before the universe was created. His face, he showed me his face. He sketched his face in the skies. You know what? I'm sitting in my greenhouse here. You see, I do a little bit of gardening all the time, but I stare at the clouds. I seek for wisdom. I ask myself. I ask the nature. I speak to God. Silently. I never knew. I felt somebody is controlling this planet. Somebody. And it happening by the spirit. But I felt that in my spirit before I was picked up and sent to the sun. But when I was a kid, this deja vu that I used to have when 3 years ago Jesus Christ picked me up and sent me to the sun. Before this thing happened, I first see my dad in a dream. He came and he touched my shoulder. He said to me, Abdullah, he called my name. He says, look up. When I looked up, he says to me, that's it, God's house. And in a dream, I was like, that is my dad, really. And he spoke to me. I can see what he's wearing. I can even identify it and all that. After 3 months later, my mom sent me a picture of my dad. He's dressing up in the same kind of way, like the way I saw him in a dream. And he says to me, God's house. And when I looked up, I saw a round planet, but this planet is made out of rainbow colors. The light is very, very focused. It's not too bright to dazzle you on your eyes, and it's not too dim for you not to see the light. The light is just perfect. You know, God, the way He walks. You know, like the Goldilocks zone, we call it the planet, the way where He's standing the planet, the Goldilocks zone. This is God's nature, the Goldilocks zone. He don't want you to drift away from Him too far away, and He don't want to come for you to come too close. He wants you to draw the line and respect the line you draw. Besides, He has given us instructions of how we should live and the things that we should implant in us. He told us these things. These are the keys. But then when I met Jesus Christ, the King, first, I saw Him first in a vision. I did not sleep, but I was just standing, sitting down. And suddenly something told me, look up. But this is in the spirit. I put my head up in the spirit and I saw there was a bright light, halogen color light, bright white light. And this is opening up, and Jesus Christ is sitting down on a chair which is made out of golden color. And this his crown, he's wearing his crown. And the light that opened above their head, for me, my own exaggeration experience, when I saw this thing, I said, this is a father who is sitting in heaven, who is showing me who is above all men. Then I saw behind Jesus Christ, my prophet. Then I was a Muslim. I believe in Prophet Muhammad. I respected, I love Prophet Muhammad deeply in my heart. Then I saw Prophet Muhammad behind him. He's dressing up in white garment and he wrapped up his head in turban, but I did not see his face. He is facing Jesus. Jesus is facing the light, and I was behind them. I was like, for example, like say, I'm standing behind my garden. In the spirit, something tells me, look up. And then I looked up and then I saw this miraculous thing. I have a couple of encounter with the Father Himself. Not just this is two people, but they are one. Two people, but they are acting as one. I saw both two people, but their command they come from the Father. The command come from the Father, and the Son's approval. Either the Son commands and the Father approves it. These two people they have been one from the history of Egypt, from the beginning, from the starting of Egypt. They have been one. Jesus Christ, He was born before the creation of man, Adam. Jesus Christ was there. I'm telling you this truth. When He sent me up in the sun, at that time I was seeking, praying to God, please show me a sign, Lord. And then suddenly Jesus Christ picked me up. But then first, when I saw my dad, after then that's what happened. I start saw dead person because my dad died from 10 years ago. Then I saw him in a dream. He touched my shoulder. He says, God's house. And then I was crying, laughing at the same time when I woke up in the dream. And then I said to myself, please, God, help me. And then my spirit was the spirit that speaks inside me, the one that keeps me away from certain things, come out from me, and then I was walking around still. This is what happens. I was walking around, about to get in my car. 7 seconds it took. My spirit was taken out of me and was sent into the sun. And then I saw Jesus Christ with legions of angels. When He hovers from the edge of the building, tunnel, this is like a hall, big hall. From where I'm standing, for me, where I'm standing, I'm like a pot of clay behind that pillar. I was like a pot of clay behind that pillar in the sun. Like behind the pillar, behind the legion of angels, at the right hand of Jesus Christ. When He hovers from the other side of the tunnel in the sun, this is in the spirit, right? In the spirit, in the Holy Spirit of God. I saw this Jesus Christ fly, and he comes passing the angels, and his light, yeah, he was hovering, his light was spreading down on the angels. Then I realized these that were standing there were angels, and him who flew over, his light makes me able to see these creatures were angels, and he was speaking with them. He was speaking with them. Okay, then he came. He opened a door from the sun. Inside the sun, he opened the door, and the sun opens like down from the top down. The door opens, big massive door, ramp door, opened right down like this, and I saw the side of the sun. The cut, it was very smooth, even. You call these aliens? These are not aliens. These are angels, because the Father, he says to me, I make man not able to see. He says to me, so that they cannot see in their hearts, and he hovers in the clouds. And then when the angels opened, when God Jesus Christ opened the door, and the angels flew out with me to the earth, came back to my body. And as soon as that happens, I went back praying to Jesus Christ. Because before I saw the Father's face, it was Jesus Christ first. And when I saw Jesus Christ, the light that I entered in was not a normal light, was a light from the Spirit of God, the deity of the owner of this universe. For only one reason being, to tell the people that nobody dies. Because when I saw my dad who passed away, I was like, no, this didn't really happen. I did not just see my dad who died, who come to me in the dream like this. I'm sure he is not God, he is not powerful to come back from death. So I was like shaking a bit. But then when I saw Jesus Christ, I was like, definitely this is God up there in heaven who is trying to tell me, you believed in me, you fighted for me before you know me. Me, I was Muslim. A guy came to my house and he basically ate my food from my family food, and he did not praise God. He praised another random man. And then he slapped my sister, and then he swear on my sister. And then I came from nowhere and I beat him up. So I lost my soul. Look, if you disrespect God in front of me whilst I'm here on this planet, I will burn you, or I will sink you, I will drown you. If I cannot physically fight you, this is me. This is me. I love the Almighty in my heart. I didn't know him then. But when I saw his face, I love him more. So, despite the fact there is destructions happening on this planet, I said you all people deserved it, because your last name is all guilty. You're all guilty, full of evil in your heart. That is what you're full of. Every one of you. So, I said you deserved it. All of you. These things that are happening, it is coming out from your own heart. You caused it. Despite he came and he gave you him own self, you chuck it in the bin. Right? You go on raping the babies in the churches. This is what you're doing. Hey, in the churches, it is where the true celebration of the spirit of man will come out from for all the human race of this planet. In the churches. If it did not come out from the churches, it will not come out from nowhere. I am telling you the truth. I have known who my star is among the stars by the help of the Father and the Son. They both showed me their faces. I saw their faces. Me, you people, you are liars. You say aliens coming from space. Let them come, and you call me, let me see their face too. You're a bunch of liars. Hey, nobody dies. Nobody will never ever die. You and I, you believe in God and his son. He have a son in the spirit. Look, you see in this space, the stars in this space that's shaped like a crown. The Father, he says, that is my son's crown from the beginning. You people, you like to argue. Nobody will argue with you. No one. Hey, you like to judge people who stole property, and you judge them, you execute them. But the people who steal souls and destroy souls, you let them go for free. You're full of so much unjust. You are not very just. That you said no one is going to judge you. Hey, the Spirit of God has judged you. You judge yourself, you found yourself guilty, and you give your last name guilty. If you do not turn away, it is not going to stop. If you do not turn away, it is not going to stop. There it's going to be more bad things coming. I have warned you. I came from the sun just to tell you this truth. The water and the fire is coming from heaven. There is heaven. And just newly hell is made. Newly hell is made. Hell was never made, but newly hell is made. So be very aware with this. Be very careful. And this God of yours and mine is very angry in these present days. Like in days it was in the Babylonian days. This is the children of the Babylonian people. And they will not change. I tell you, if you do not turn away, it is not going to stop. It will last like this until forever. You know when forever is? God, he said he want to cook the world. That is what he told me. He said, tell to the people, I want to cook the world. And you know who I am. You want to come and pinch me. The God who sent me, he said, if they pinch you, me and you, we will stone them from space. This is what he told me. I'm telling you the truth. You pinch Jesus Christ up on the cross. It is me, Jesus Christ, and the Father. It is three of us who made you. We give you souls. We blow our spirit in you. We give you souls. We cook you first, we let you call, and we give you our spirit. But you deny it. You said we did not exist. You said only for when you manipulate the system, that is when you exist. You manipulate the system, you play the gain, lose and gain, grow. That is when you said you exist, you're making gains on the poor people. God is angry at you. He gave you this opportunity to set a good example, but you failed. So this is why he sent me. He said, I want to cook the world. He said he wants to cook the world, and he said he will do it because it is time for heaven and his children to reunite. You're asking him to come. He said to you to come, but you telling him to come instead. You telling him to come. He is asking you to come. How do you come? Is to change your evil ways and to stop attacking other people who are just living on the sidelines, but you who running around stealing souls, walking away free. This is what he is saying. The system is set up for the thieves to walk away free. So he's about to cook the world. You better be prepared.